Hello and good morning. My name's Ryan Littlestone from forexflow.live. Here we are coming into December now, the last month of what's been a pretty eventful year to say the least. It's going to be a big month as it usually is this time of year, particularly for central banks. We're going to get the final meetings of the year. We've already been tipped about the last minute changes or possible changes from central banks. One of the pairs I'm going to look at now is the euro dollar, which is up against a pretty key level up at 120. We're just below at the moment. But if we look at the weekly chart here, we can see we've had a big strong move up from the lows during the year. We had a prior test at 120, and here we are coming up towards it again. Very big level, big psychological level, big technical level, whichever way you want to look at it. There's lots going on here. Now, the prior time we were up here, you can see we just nicked above it slightly, and we're looking that way again. We're looking at potentially getting through 120 to perhaps 120.20. That's the sort of area we need to blast through the whole lot of that to see if we're going to get a further move on. Now, if we look at this chart, this weekly chart, a lot of fib action. If we go back on historical stuff, all the way down back to 2007, we've got some big fibs coming up, and we're getting these clusters of fibs, and they're going to have a pretty strong say perhaps in how the price reacts if we get above this 120 area. So as we can see from the chart, there's quite a bit around the 121 zone. And what I'm expecting is if we do get a big blow through this 120, then that's the level that we're going to hit and potentially run into trouble. If you're going to be long into this, and I'm looking to perhaps trade a break above 120, these are the sorts of levels that I'll be looking at to take some profit, perhaps see if the market's going to ask a question there or if the rally is going to continue on. So it's a big, strong level. So we're coming in, we've got the ECB coming up, and a lot of expectations about whether they're going to tinker with QE, are they going to add? Don't think rates is even in the equation, changing interest rates, but it's all about the QE. And surprisingly, with these expectations about what the ECB might do, we're seeing the euro rise. Whereas normally, when a market's expected to ease, you'll see that currency suffering. But this is 2020, and everything is topsy-turvy this year, so you can't really draw any conclusions from that at all. What we could be seeing here is the market completely ignoring it, knowing that there's further easing to come, knowing it's not going to be big and bold, it's just going to be continuation of the current programs. Therefore, there's no reason, it's not massive easing in the general sense, and therefore there's no reason to sell the euro. Obviously, the other side of the trade we've got there is the US dollar. That's having a big influence. It's still very much under offer, if you like. It's finding it hard to rally at the moment. And that is another big influence in this pair as it is in other pairs. So again, what I'm expecting for euro dollar is we're going to get a test of this 120 level, maybe today, maybe this week. If we do see so, we're going to see whether the resistance there is strong enough. That could encourage some shorts to come in against the level. That's something I might look at as a trade, but otherwise I'm potentially looking for another break here to see if we get a proper break. Now, another pair we're looking at just quickly is the Aussie dollar. This is a pair I spoke about in the last video. We on this line again talking about breaks, and we've got another potential one here that's been building, and it's round about this 74 area. Now again, we've seen a move up to there, we've seen it tested, and it's held off. It got above again this morning in Asia hours. We saw up to I think 74.07, but it's come back below, and there's a ton of resistance up here. It's not breaking through. And again, this is a level to look at. This is a potential trade to look at for a break. Somewhere above the 74.15.20 zone. If we get a push through there, that's a trade to maybe go with a buy stop. But otherwise, it's looking like a big, huge double top in progress up here against the big double bottom down at the 70s. Going to be an interesting week, and the RBA tomorrow. So good luck with your trading, and let's see what happens.